Hey everybody, welcome back to another day of Kangaroo Math. Today I have some questions for the Math Kangaroo 1 set, so again they will be slightly easier than the Math Kangaroo 2, but just as fun, so keep on going with them. In the link down below you'll have the questions that I'm doing today. You can access them and you could do them with me. And along with that you can pause the video whenever you want, just so you can catch up, just so you can do it on your own, and feel free because you guys have all the power here. So I'll just get right into it and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, question 1. Given that triangle plus 6 is equal to triangle plus triangle plus triangle plus triangle. That's a lot of triangles. But let's try to put this together somehow, right? And to do that, I'm just gonna show you something else just very quickly. So let's say I have 1 plus 5 is equal to 1 plus 5. That's the same thing, right? So what if I do this? Minus 1 minus 1. I'm taking away 1 from each side, right? So what happens? These 1s go away, right? And I get 5 is equal to 5. Or if you don't really understand that, then let's say, what's 1 plus 5? That's 6, right? So now we have 6 is equal to 6. And now let's say we take 1 from each of these. Minus 1, minus 1. Then you get 5 is equal to 5. Then we take 1 more away. Minus 1, minus 1. 4 is equal to 4. So that means we could do the same thing here for the triangle question. So let's take away 1 triangle from each side. Right? So now we have triangle plus 6 is equal to triangle plus triangle plus triangle. Let's get rid of another triangle. Minus triangle minus triangle. So 6 is equal to triangle plus triangle. Now what do we do here, right? We have 6 is equal to triangle plus triangle. But what's another way to write triangle plus triangle? Well, 2 triangle. You see, 1, 2 triangles. So now we have 6 is equal to 2 triangle. All right, what do we do from here? Well, what we do is we divide. So we divide both sides by 2. So we get 3 is equal to triangle. But if you guys don't know what division is, I'll show you a better way, right? So we have 2 triangles, right? Triangle 1, triangle 2. And they have a pie of pizza. Right? This pizza though has 6 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now they want to split the pizza and both get the same amount, right? So how do I split a 6 pie pizza to both of them? Well, I take 3 slices, give them to one triangle, take 3 slices, give it to the other. And I make 2 groups of 3. So that means each triangle has 3 slices. So each triangle is equal to 3, which is B. All right, next question. Question number 2. Eva is a centipede with exactly 100 feet. That's a lot of feet. Yesterday she bought 16 pairs of shoes and wore them straight away. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How much do you think 16 pairs of shoes would cost? That's a lot of money. All right, and then she buys 16 pairs. Now, what do we know about 1 pair of shoes? 1 pair of shoes has 2 shoes, right? Because when you go to the store and you buy a pair, there's 2 of them. So this is equal to 32 shoes. And then it says, on how many feet did she already wear a shoe? Because she had 14 feet. So at the end, she had 14 feet with no shoes. Right? That's at the end. So she buys 32 shoes, right? So if she's 100 feet, how many feet will not have shoes if she has 32, right? So we subtract. So we go 100 minus 32. But we could rewrite that to make it like this. And now I'll show you how to do subtraction this way. So we have this 1. You see this 1? That 1 is equal to 100 because it's in the hundredth place, right? So what we can do is we can get rid of that 1 and make this 0 a 10. So now we have a 10 in the tens place. So we have 10 and then we have 0, which is the same thing as 100. And then we can change this to a 9 and make this a 10. So now we have a 9 in the tens place, which is 90, and 10 in the ones place, 90 plus 10. That's also equal to 100. So that's all we're doing. We're breaking it down. So now we have a 10 here. 10 minus 2 is 8. And 9 minus 3 is 6. So that means after she buys the 32 shoes, she still has 68 feet. But the question says she has 14 feet. So how many shoes did she have originally? Well, to do that, we'll subtract again, right? So 68 feet, or let's do it like this, 68 feet minus 14, right? We'll subtract, because this is the amount of feet she has that we found after these shoes, and this is the amount she's supposed to have. So if we subtract them, 54, that's the number of shoes she had originally, right? So that means that gives us 54. And the question says, how many feet did she already have shoes? And that's 54. Now, we can check this, right? If we have 54, right? So that means she had 54 shoes already. She had 54 shoes. Then she buys 32, so we can add those. That means she has 86 shoes in total. And then if she has 100 feet, 100 minus 86 is 14. And that means she has 14 feet with no shoes, which is what the question's saying. So we checked, and the answer works. That's another thing you guys can do. You can always check your answers, because sometimes like that question was a bit complicated and maybe slightly tricky to understand. So what you can do is just check your answer. That's what you always have to do. Now, this is one of my favorite types of questions. This is what I call a logic puzzle. So Andrew, Stefan, Robert, and Marco meet each other at a concert in Zagreb. They come from different cities: Paris, Dubrovnik, Rome, and Berlin. And then it gives you a bunch of clues, because we're trying to find which city Marco comes from. So I'll show you guys this little trick I have. Right? And so what we're going to do is, this is just a little table. And we'll put the abbreviations, we'll put the names on the top and the places here. So I'll put A for Andrew. This is Andrew. A for Andrew. Then we will put S for Stefan. We will put R for Robert and M for Marco. And that's all of the people, right? Those are the names. Then here we'll put the cities. So we'll put P for Paris. We'll put D for Dubrovnik. We'll put R-O for Rome, since we already have R for Robert. And then we'll put B for Berlin. Now, let's look at the clues. Andrew and the friend from Berlin. So if Andrew has a friend from Berlin, what does that mean? It means he cannot be from Berlin. So whenever we find something that isn't true, we put an X. So then it says, neither of them have been to Paris or Rome. So that means Andrew and his friend have not been to Paris or Rome. So you can't live there if you've never been there, right? So he cannot be from Paris, and he cannot be from Rome. The only option left he has is Dubrovnik. So that means he comes from Dubrovnik, right? Because he's not from Paris, he's not from Rome, he's not from Berlin. And now because he's from Dubrovnik, and it says they come from different cities, no one else can come from there, right? Because they all come from different cities. So I put X's here, because Marco can't be from there, Robert can't be from there, Stefan can't be from there. Now let's read the second clue. Robert is not from Berlin. So Robert, he is not from Berlin, but he arrives with a friend from Paris. Now hold on a second. His friend is from Paris, right? So what does that mean? He cannot be from Paris, because his friend is from there, which means he has to be from Rome. And because he's from Rome, nobody else can be. Now last clue. Marco and the friend from Paris. So Marco's friend is from Paris. Not Marco, his friend. So that means Marco has to be from Berlin. Nobody else, that means he can't be from, so that means nobody else can be from Berlin, right? Now there's only one option left from Stefan, which is Paris. And the question asks, from which city does Marco come? Marco's right here, and he comes from Berlin. So the answer is D, Berlin. I hope you guys enjoyed today. These questions were a lot of fun. I especially love these types of puzzles. If you guys want to see more of them, let me know. I can definitely put a lot of practice in the description, because I know when I was younger, when I was in 3rd, 4th grade, I loved to do this all the time. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to click the description to get the questions. Remember to like and subscribe so that I can keep making more videos. And I hope you enjoy your day.